Alright, so we'll finish up section 9.5 today with how to solve equations. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about inequalities. And by the way, welcome to the fourth marking period. So today is the 28th. I'll just get my computer ready here. Alright, so today's the 28th, and I have a couple examples just to go over today. Section 9.5, we're going to be solving rational equations. Alright, so I saved the more advanced ones for today. So let me show you what they would look like. First example says x plus 1 over 3x minus 6 is equal to 5x over 6 plus 1 over x minus 2. Now, just like all these problems, first step is we need to figure out our least common denominator, but I do notice that this could be factored. So let's factor. That might help us in figuring out a least common denominator. Whoa. Alright, so I definitely need an x minus 2 because that has it and this has it. Now between 3 and 6, the least common denominator between 3 and 6 would be 6, right? Another way to think about that is the 6 is really just a 2 times 3. So I would need a factor of the 3's, and I would also need a factor of the 2's. I mean, you could write 2 times 3, or we could have just written 6 there, because the LCD between 3 and 6 would be 6. So it doesn't matter how you do it. I'm just going to write 6 here, but I just showed you two ways on where that comes from. So from here, I'm going to multiply everything by our least common denominator. Now, you just have to be careful. There's a lot of numbers that are going to be floating around. This isn't hard math. It's just, you mess up one sign and you're done. So the x minus 2's here cancel. Anytime you multiply and divide by the same thing, they cancel. And actually, 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we get 2 times x plus 1 is equal to 5x times x minus 2 plus 6 times 1. So we get 2x plus 2 is equal to 5x squared minus 10x plus 6. Try to get everything on the same side, make it equal to 0. And this could be factored. Numbers that multiply to be 20 and add up to be negative 12 are, let's see here, 20, I want to say 5 and 4, but that wouldn't give us 12. 10 and 2, right? So you have to multiply to be 20, so we could use negative 10 and negative 2. I don't know about you guys, but my hair is getting really long. I think it's been a couple months since I had a haircut. That's longer than I usually do. And this factors to be x minus 2 times 5x minus 2. So x would be 2. Oops. Set these equal to 0. You get x is 2. And set this equal to 0. Bring the 2 over, divide by 5. And you get 2/5. So let's just look at our original problem, make sure everything's good. 2/5, if you plugged it in, would be fine. But the 2 is not okay, because that would make this denominator 0. So the only answer would be 2/5. Right? The other one would be extraneous. Do one more problem. Let's go r plus 2 over 2r plus 1 is equal to r over 3 plus 3 over 4r plus 2. So same idea, just do the same thing we've been doing, find the least common denominator, but I see that we could take out a GCF here. So we get r plus 2 over 2r plus 1 is equal to r over 3 plus 3 over 2 times 2r plus 1. And let's figure out the LCD. We definitely need a 2r plus 1. And then the LCD between 2 and 3, we would need a factor of 2 and a factor of 3. Or if it was 1/3 plus 1/2, we know that we would use 1/6, right? So 6 or 2 times 3. Doesn't matter if you put 6 or 2 times 3. I'm going to multiply everything by our least common denominator. And let's see what we get. Alright, so a lot of writing, just be careful. These cancel. So we're just going to have 6 times r plus 2 is equal to, these cancel, 4r plus 2 plus, see, these cancel, the 2's cancel, 3 times 3 is 9. So we get 6r plus 12 is equal to 4r plus 11. So 2r would equal -1. Let me just make sure I did this right here. Let me see here. I'm just double checking, make sure I did this right. So that's right, 6 times r plus 2 is equal to, yeah, right here. I made a little bit of a mistake. Alright, so let me see here. That would be 2 times r times 2r plus 1. So this would be 4r squared plus 2r. Alright, so I'll just fix this real quick here. And we'd get 0 is equal to 4r squared. This would be minus 4r minus 3. So factors of -12 that add up to be -4 would be -6 and +2. Take out a 2r. And if we make these equal to 0, this is what we get. So remember, with rational equations, we should always check our answers with the originals to make sure that none of the denominators equal 0. And it looks like this would be 0 if r was -1/2, so that can't be one of the answers. And it looks like 3/2 would be our only answer. All right. So for homework tonight, this is what I would like you to do. On page 581, I would like you to please do numbers 22 to 30. Omit, which means don't do number 24. And then on practice 9.5, I would like you to please do numbers 7 through 10. All right, so please try those out. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.